Let's get to the games that you guys want to
Some
watch
dumb
this
fans we
weekend.
got.
We're not wasting any time. We're getting to the Red River rivalry. I slowed that down for you guys. We're getting to that game right away this week.
That's a tough one to say. They need to figure something else out. That's a tough one.
What an exciting game. First time since 2008, I believe, that both teams are undefeated. First time since 2010 that both teams are rated in the top 10. This game has huge meaning for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
This game marks the realest test that Quinn Ewers is probably going to see all season. Maybe the only test he's going to see all season. Can they weather one of probably what's going to be the highest emotional storms you're going to see in college football this season to take down a very hot Oklahoma this weekend? We're going to talk a lot about Texas. I know that. We might lean that way in our picks, but let's not sleep on Oklahoma. Let me read you guys some numbers here. Oklahoma is allowing just 10 points per game. That Iowa State game was a decent outlier there, but it did not touch it that much. I think it was 5.4 points per game before this one. They are taking in 1.5 interceptions per game. They are fourth in the FBS in pressure rate, very common for Oklahoma. They have 2 defensive touchdowns through their 5 games. Dylan Gabriel is 7th in the NCAA in yards, 7th in completion percentage, 4th in passing touchdowns, and he's up there in QBR as well. He is beating Quinn Ewers in almost every quarterback statistic.
This Oklahoma team looks very good. I mean, and they're coming off of a I think probably one of their best team performances to this time against Kansas last week. And I am not a person that sleeps on this Oklahoma team. I think they are very good. And I am not a big Oklahoma fan myself, but I think they are a very good team in general. And this is going to be...
Just want to put it out there. Oklahoma played Iowa State. Texas played Kansas. I know you misspoke there, but
yes.
I just want to clear that up.
Yes.
Does
this is going to be one of the best games?
Oklahoma has not played a strong schedule. Iowa State might genuinely be the best team they've played. Does a battle-tested Texas take this one, or do we got Oklahoma? What do we got, boys?
I think Quinn Ewers has already been tested enough this year with Alabama. You know, like, it's Alabama. It's Nick Saban. He is one of the best head coaches at game planning against you.
Yeah.
So, as far as that goes, yes, Dylan Gabriel may have more stats than Quinn Ewers, but Quinn Ewers has played more quality opponents, and he's had, an up game and a down game. A few more up games than down games, but I think Texas takes this. They're gonna show up. Is it in? It's in
Oklahoma,
this is a neutral site game. This game every year is at the Texas State Fair, so this game is always played in Dallas.
Which
is like
right between.
Favors. It's like literally in the middle between where Oklahoma plays and where Texas plays. It's like right there.
I don't. Give me Quinn Ewers anyways. I don't care.
It's in the Cotton Bowl Stadium, by the way.
That's my guy right
there. Spread's 5.5 favoring Texas. What do you got on that? You think Texas covers 5.5, or you think this game's closer than that?
I think this game is definitely going to be a closer game than that for sure. I think defenses are going to play a large part, but also you gotta look at Dylan Gabriel has he really been tested? Has he really been tested defensively?
Zach, who do we got?
I'm gonna stick with Joe. I'm gonna say Texas. Okay. I think Quinn Ewers I think he shows that he's that he's Heisman hopeful, and I think that he comes out and he performs really well, and kind of gives Oklahoma a bit of the business this week. I think Oklahoma also then performs really well on offense, but I don't think they can keep up with the high powerness of Quinn Ewers in the Texas offense.
How do you like that spread?
I don't think they'll cover that 5.5 point spread. I think it's going to be it's going to be a huge game. I think it's going to be like a 2-3 point game, but it's going to be like if the over under is like 106, I might be hitting the over.
Texas to win, Oklahoma to cover. For me, it comes down to mentality. I think these teams are in two different mental spaces right now. Oklahoma, second year under Brent Venables. I don't think this team is quite looking to win a championship yet. Maybe the Big 12. I don't think a title. Texas is looking to win a title. The mentality is different. You have to win this one. This is your path. You have to win this one. Texas comes in, maybe gets down early emotionally, but I think Texas ultimately is a more complete team. They take this one. I'm taking Oklahoma to cover that spread, though, just like these guys. Let's go a little quicker through these other ones. We've got UCLA taking on number 13 Washington State. UCLA favored by 3 points here. They got a lot to prove in this one. They did not open up Pac-12 play very hot. Washington State has been hot. Washington State and Oregon State versus the world right now in that conference.
Facts.
With that said, Chip Kelly's got to get this team going. You're at home. You got to take a win here. I'm taking UCLA. I'm going to take them to cover that 3-point spread as well.
I'm not really high on this UCLA team. I don't think they can come out and compete with Washington State, and I think Washington State kind of takes over this game. I got Washington State on a reverse cover or whatever however you say it.
You can just say Washington State and then Washington State covers.
Yeah.
Joe, who do we got?
Definitely give me the Cougs. They are feeling like they have something to prove this year.
Yep.
Especially in the Pac-12 because they're one of the only two teams left that haven't decided a conference on where they're planning on going. So they could, end up being an independent team at the end of this year. So I think they have something to prove in there last year in the Pac-12, and I think Washington, give me Wazoo. Give me Wazoo.
I like it. We've got number 1 Georgia taking on a not so surprisingly, but somewhat surprisingly, number 20 undefeated Kentucky. Georgia's at home in this one. For me, it comes down to flexing your muscle. I think this Kentucky team is going to keep this very close. Give me that Kentucky plus 15 spread all day. But that said, Georgia's going to flex their muscle. I think this is their breakout game. After last week, they got a lot to prove. This team's going to come out. They're going to come out fired up. I'm definitely taking Georgia to win this one, Kentucky to cover.
I'm siding with you on that. I like exactly what you said. I think Georgia has a lot to prove, and they're going to prove that they deserve that number 1 spot, and I think they win this game. And I would also not taking that 15-point spread. That's crazy. 15 points is crazy.
I don't know what's telling me something, but I might.
Let it talk to you.
Pick this Kentucky team to sneak in and beat this Georgia team.
Give Georgia
after you predicted Georgia to win the Natty.
I know
it's still very possible with a loss to Kentucky.
It's still very possible. If Kentucky continues the run they're on, who knows? They
might be a wake-up call.
And exactly, like, who says this Kentucky team can't win? I don't like -15, especially when it comes to picking a game.
Yeah, it's a big spread in an SEC.
Giant spread in an SEC where we have no idea what the climate is like right now because Kentucky has beat some pretty decent teams, and Georgia. We'll see if Georgia's defense is what they have been, and we'll see if that offense can still predicate what they've been trying to do when they have success. When they don't have success, you got to figure that out.
Who we got, Joe?
I think I'm gonna pick Kentucky in this one. I'm gonna go the upset. No reverse spread or nothing. I'm just gonna pick the Kentucky Wildcats.
I would hope not.
I like Kentucky by 20.
I like it. It's bold. Plus. Picking an upset pick already. Let's go under the headlights though. This is our potential upset alert of the week. Louisville quietly sitting at 5-0. Not a lot of talk on this Louisville team. Maybe rightfully so. Not a lot of competition so far. But 5-0. They look good. Offense looks good. Defense is winning that turnover margin. Taking on a shaky Notre Dame at 5-1. Louisville is at home in this one. And boys, I'm going to do it. I haven't done it since week 1. I've been really close on these games, except for Kansas. I'm going to do it, though. I think this game's got a beautiful spread to it. I think this game could go either way. Notre Dame looks shaky against Duke. Notre Dame has looked shaky every game. They've looked beatable every game. I think this Louisville team comes out at home. They got something, not necessarily something to prove. Louisville's not doing a whole lot this season, regardless of their record right now. Notre Dame, I think they're in an emotional mode right now. They're in wounded animal mode. They're in desperation mode. So I could go the other way. I'm taking upset. Give me Louisville. I'm not going to talk myself out of it.
If you know me at all, you know I never bet with Notre Dame.
I knew you'd take this one.
He was offsides. Give me Louisville.
I might have trapped you, but I knew you'd take this one.
And give me Louisville to cover.
You think Louisville takes 7 points?
They keep talking.
No, I don't think they'll move by 7. But give me Louisville.
Joe, what you got?
They keep talking all this smack about Notre Dame, and yeah, they do look not great in certain aspects, but they do end up winning the game.
They get it done
at the end of the day. Marcus Freeman has a way to get his team in the right positions at the right moments and excel when they need to. They've done it all year except against, the Ohio State. But I think they're going to look at this game and I think they're going to go, oh, this Louisville team coming in here 5-0, definitely thinking they got something to prove this year. And Notre Dame is going to be like, okay, we'll definitely reach the challenge and excel. And I think Notre Dame wins this game.
I like it. How do you like that spread?
Don't take the spread. I think it's going to be closer than 7. It's going to be a 3-point game.
Don't take
Louisville
the spread.
by 30.
I like it. There's our spotlight features of the week. There's our under the lights. Let's talk.